We need to decide what episode this is.
It's episode Baby Yoda.
Oh, Mr. Host, what episode is it?
Baby Yoda!
Fuck Baby Yoda.
Man, you pedo.
Alright, well, I hit record. We're officially on the air.
Alright, we're gonna
This is episode Baby Yoda
Baby
of
Yoda.
Maibalzich podcast. Welcome, all two of you. We got Grace in the house. We got Josh in the house. Not Josh Milan, just regular Josh. I always got to make that clear because one of these days I'm gonna get Josh Milan in the house.
Who's Josh Milan?
Josh Milan, the teen heartthrob.
Oh.
He's the youth of the nation, but not
that's
POD.
Right. That's right.
And then we got Kyle here in his Columbia sweater.
Yo.
We got Austin the cat. We just saw the episode 2 of The Mandalorian, and we saw episode 1. Now we saw episode 2. I haven't been able to do an episode on episode 1. So many episodes, but not enough episodes. So I'm gonna let Josh take it because I loved it. We're not gonna be like those idiots on the YouTubes where we're like breaking it down and looking for all the Easter eggs because look.
Fuck that.
Oh, Dave Filoni's running things. Oh, Dave Filoni, I'm gonna come. Oh, I don't care. I don't give a shit. I just want to see some Mandalorian action. I want to see some Jawas steal some babies and some ship parts, and I want to see some people blow up.
There was a fuzzy egg.
And some fuzzy eggs, some rhinos.
Some disintegrated motherfuckers.
It's got it all. This show is great. It's short.
No disintegration.
Yes.
As you say, my lord.
Apparently Mandalorians love to disintegrate people.
Making mud pies, too.
Making mud pie. Dude, what that rifle he's got? What the fuck are in those rounds? That's what I want to know.
Seriously, what the fuck? Why aren't those like a regular thing?
Well, he's a bounty hunter in the fucking Outer Rim or whatever. I'm pretty sure they use those all the time. And
No, fuck this. This is the first time we've seen a Mandalorian with some badass technology which should be standard in normal warfare. In episode 2, Attack of the Clones, Jango Fett dropped those fucking space nukes on Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And now here's another thing. Like, what? Why? Like, this is a small ass blaster. It's not that much bigger than a regular rifle in the Star Wars universe, and yet it packs the punch that it can disintegrate its target.
Yeah.
Well, here's the caveat, though. He has to reload it every round, so, I mean...
Yeah. It's a physical round. It's not like a, plasma bolt.
Here's another caviar, though.
Ooh.
There was infinite range on that thing. He shot those Jawas pinpoint
Well,
from like half a mile.
it's a
away.
rifle. Who knows what the range is?
He said it's part of his religion. I mean, I'd expect him to be able to shoot a quarter at,
I'm sure there's
200 yards.
I'm sure there's bullet drop that he takes account for.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. I'm just saying.
He's got that scope. He's got
why
this
is this
helmet.
the first time we're seeing these kind of weapons?
Because the normal Star Wars saga films don't have badass bounty hunters.
Why not?
I'm pretty sure Zam
Why
Wissel
do they
from
have
episode
to be a bounty
2
hunter?
had that kind of shit going on. You remember Zam from the purple girl, the shapeshifter?
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
She had a sniper rifle.
Episode 2, one over there on
Jango
Coruscant,
Fett's
doing a little car chase. Well, flying car chase.
Yeah, why didn't Zam have a fucking disintegration white rifle? She was using what? Fucking poison darts from her sniper?
I think they wanted to.
They were tracking darts too, weren't they? I don't remember.
What did she shoot? Because she sent the slugs to kill Padme, and R2-D2 was stoned, and he couldn't figure out that there was
She could have
slugs.
just sat half a mile away with a fucking disintegration rifle.
Maybe they're expensive. All right, maybe only Mandalorians could get them.
I'm pretty sure if a Mandalorian can get something, it's possible for other people to get them.
I mean, it depends on,
Why is that your
Yeah.
problem, Josh?
Because
Okay, hang on. you'd have to create a black market for these Mandalorian items, because the Mandalorian item or the Mandalorians aren't going to give away their shit for free. You know, they're not even going to sell it because it's some high tech shit, right? Why would they want anybody else to have their shit? So you'd have to
You
create a
don't
black
need
market
to have
for it.
their shit. I'm pretty sure there's gotta be other people who have similar shit.
Well,
I mean, absolutely, but
Hundreds, if not thousands, of intelligent races in the Star Wars universe, and you're gonna tell me only one group has technology to make disintegration rifles?
I mean,
okay, who else would have these rounds? Who are you arguing for? Because if you're saying the clones should have had these rounds, they're going up against droids, which when he shoots the Jawas disintegrate, but their robes fly into the air, and so it only works on organic matter.
Yep.
From what we can see.
Then why didn't the Empire have it?
Because they're cheap. You know how cheap Darth Vader's suit was? The Emperor used the cheapest tech. He got his shit from Radio Shack, and he purposely made Darth Vader's life a living hell just to teach him a lesson about the dark side. And then the Stormtrooper armor was the cheapest shit. It couldn't deflect like all the other
I see
metals.
that look on Kyle's face.
All right,
To say
well,
something.
It was like a
Think about
plastoid.
of course the Empire's not going to pay for some shit like that. They've got to worry about galactic taxes, bro.
No, taxes are
You got to worry. I mean, just in the United States alone, taxes are big enough. In you know, the city alone, taxes are a big enough pain in the ass. Imagine having to deal with that on a literal galactic basis.
Yeah.
He
okay?
doesn't have
The
to.
amount
That's
of
what
money-
the fucking Senate is for.
Yeah,
You gotta-
but the amount of money that they're funneling into, like, the Death Star that gets blown up by all those assholes, and then the second Death Star that gets
Yeah.
blown up by all those other
They
assholes.
gotta fund a second Death Star. It's even
Yeah.
bigger, and luckily, like, somebody kept some plans.
Like, bro,
but-
all of their money is there, and it's
Look,
gone. now.
obviously they got the money for it. Clearly they got Mexico to pay for it. 'Cause who
Mexico?
else would?
They got Tatooine to pay for it.
That's right. We will defend our
Tatooine's
galaxy
the Mexico.
with a giant Death Star, and it will be paid. Wait for it. By the Jedi.
There we go. There we
If
go.
there's a bright center to the galaxy, you're on the planet that it's farthest from.
Except, hang on, there's only like 2 of them left at this point.
What's my Tatooine accent?
Clearly, they
And
have
Empire
all the
doesn't know where
money.
either of them are.
So all I'm saying is, disintegration rifles. First time we've seen them, not the first time we've heard of
Yeah.
them.
Hey, you're gonna
'Cause
see a
again,
lot
there's
of.
that classic line that
I
Darth
was-
Vader says, "And no disintegration."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe. Well, here's another potential trade-off. What if it doesn't have any piercing capabilities? What if it just hits and then disintegrates whatever organic material or light material? You know, it'll go through light material. But what if it hits armor? You know, will it just poof on the armor or what?
Now, when he shoots the bounty hunter at the beginning, I thought, okay, he uses it for only special like life or death situations. But then he's picking off Jawas like
Yeah,
for
like
fun.
they're fucking tin cans.
That's
in
when
the
I was like,
backyard.
oh shit, he's just fucking with his Jawas. But he wanted his parts back, so maybe he was hoping to hit the right Jawa and.
And his plan to get his ship parts back was to snipe from a distance with limited ammunition when they clearly have a giant fortress on shreds right there.
Oh man, it's good to see the Sandcrawlers back.
Yes, that was legitimately great.
I like going into the cockpit and you see all the little Jawas
Yeah.
turning the
Oh,
knobs.
yeah, I've always wondered what it looked like in those fucking things.
Look, okay, we got rifle tech, we got ships, we got. This show is showing us shit that we've been asking for since we were little ass kids, and we're getting it. And I was talking.
Ships. We've done one ship, and it got torn apart even worse than some chick on her 18th birthday.
Yeah, it's not even half as cool as the Slave Runner, man. I mean,
Well, okay, one ship, but you know he's only been on one. I don't know, man.
One
We
ship.
might see
and their first
We
game
might see a
thing.
TIE fighter later from the trailer. I don't think it's about ships though. I think it's about they're going for the whole Western angle, and you want to just have long walks on the desert with some music going, and him and Baby Yoda.
Yeah, maybe have him go to a beach on Naboo or something. Oh wait.
Why did it have to be a Baby Yoda?
Why not?
Or Alderaan.
Because Yoda's species are supposed to be like, what, damn near non-existent?
Yeah.
That's why the everyone's hunting for this little Baby Yoda. That Van Gon Buren Herdensog character, the fucking Nazi dude, is like, bring them back. Bounty hunting is a complicated profession. I want him dead. And then the nerdy guy was like, no, keep him alive. Whatever. And then
The doctor, the scientist.
Boba Fett's like, all right. Yeah, Austin's trying to smother Josh with his ass.
Butt in his face.
But and then
I'm having a cat's ass in my face. I'm sorry.
Especially not Austin's.
I like this whole post-war world that they're setting up because, like, basically the empires are Nazis, and this is like, after World War II, all the Nazis are kind of like running around. Some of them are being, turned into NASA, and others are like running away into bunkers in some island somewhere you don't even know. And I know for a fact,
years later,
Gus Fring still has a battalion of dark troopers because it's in the trailer, and he's gonna have his little TIE fighter, and it's kind of a spoiler, but it's in the trailer, so whatever.
Am I the only one who wants to see the clones come back?
You might see some clones.
I want to see some clones.
Because they got the flashbacks where the Mandalorian, it looks like he used to be like...
No, fuck that. I don't want flashbacks. I want clones to become a staple in the series.
Oh, you want them like to just show up again?
Yes.
Like modern times?
Yes, I just want a group of clones to show up.
Oh, you're talking about like surviving clones or just...
Yes.
Well, they don't live that long. Like, it was established in the prequels that their life expectancy is like a quarter of...
What happened to those clones? They were like in Rebels.
Regular persons.
Yeah, they're old at that point, but they're around.
I don't know if we'll see clones.
Well, because what was it in episode 2? They established that whenever they were showing Obi-Wan the facility, they said that they mature in 7
Half the
years.
time.
Yeah. So if they're
Yes. By the time
if 40 years is to us is 80 years. To
So
them.
Boba Fett would have been pretty old or dead by the time...
no, look, by this time, no, Boba Fett's...
But he's a normal...
He's like yeah.
He's
Boba
not an
Fett's
accelerated
clone,
clone.
but
He's just a...
genetically talented.
Yeah.
He would. Yeah, this is 25,
No,
30
the Star Wars
years
timeline
after
establishes that they're still surviving clones at this point.
Yeah.
These ones, I'm not sure if you watched the animated series.
Maybe they can get Tamara Morrison to come back. He's like older, and so they can pass him off as a clone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give him
that'd
some
be
white hair.
great.
That'd actually be pretty badass.
And he could still act because he was an Aquaman. He was Aquaman's dad.
Yeah.
There you go.
It'd be perfect. I would love to have the clones come back, even if it is an older clone. Because, they can always make some bullshit that, these are some younger clones that we kickstarted a while back.
Well, because, but in the Star Wars universe, though, this is 30 years after the prequels? This is
at this point, in Mandalorian, it's around 35 years.
Yeah, so, the oldest clones could still, or the youngest clones could still be around. Easily.
Yeah,
they'd be old.
The little child clones.
Yeah, even some of the older clones, they would likely still be around, but they would be old.
Yeah.
And they might even know Boba Fett because there's that episode in is it Clone Wars where Boba Fett goes into the little school for clones and he tries to infiltrate to kill Mace Windu.
Yep.
Yeah, and that brings it back around. Boba Fett would also be pretty old if they were bringing.
You think they'll bring back Mace Windu?
Would he though? Wouldn't he just be like in his?
What are they gonna bring back, guys? What are they gonna bring back?
Yeah, but he was an untampered clone.
Yeah.
He ages.
Yeah, that's right.
Boba Fett ages normally.
Yep.
He'll age normally, but then you got an old ass clone like, oh, I remember Boba Fett though. He's the original.
Yeah, but see, I don't know if this is true or not.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
But I read somewheres in The Last Jedi at the very end when they're on that salt planet. You see that one guy leave the trenches and just use his binoculars. I read somewheres, again, I could be wrong, but that was supposed to be Captain Rex, who was a clone.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the main characters on the Clone Wars animated series. And I don't remember where I read this, so I could be completely wrong. This could easily not be true.
It could be like a theory.
But that was an older character. That was an older guy, and if it was, it could definitely be possible, because even the new trilogy is, 20 years after Empire?
Something like that.
I think it's more to 30, but 20 to 30.
Because again, we don't even know
exact.
how long the lifespan, or what's the regular, is the lifespan of a person in the Star Wars universe like the same as someone in ours?
Yeah, I believe it's normal, like 80 to 100 years old. Like perhaps longer because of technology, but I don't think like life, outside of medical tech, I don't think they established that humans live that much longer.
Alright then, because just saying.
Once you got some badass Bacta tanks laying around, and you're just bathing in them for a while,
Yeah. Just IV that shit.
You got like a fake heart, a little droid heart.
All I'm saying is the Mandalorian seems like the perfect time to bring back at least a clone.
Oh yeah.
Well, you could do anything, because like I was talking shit about Filoni earlier, but he's the one that's bringing in all the old canon and the old lore, and he's gonna pick and choose. Like all the movies are being made by whatever directors, and they don't really dig deep into the deeper Star Wars mythos. But this show and hopefully other shows after will, pick and choose more badass shit that the true fans will remember. And
you know what? True fans would remember fucking Clone.
I still gotta watch that Clone Wars show.
Oh, dude, we gotta watch it sometimes. I fucking love that shit.
I might do like a little, like a watch. I don't want to say rewatch because I've never seen it before, but
Kyle, you gotta come watch it with us.
I watched,
at least a few of the episodes.
I watched like season 1 whenever it first came out, whenever it was still 2D, but I never watched any of the 3D.
Oh well, the 2D and the 3D are two completely different canons.
Okay.
The 2D one was made when George Lucas was making the prequels, and that's considered non-canon now.
Well, fuck me.
Because the canon of the 3D anime one takes precedence.
Okay. I gotcha.
Still a good movie though.
Yeah, it's a great. The 2D one, directed by Genndy Tartakovsky.
Yep.
Have you seen this new show, Primeval?
Mm-mm.
It's
good?
Yes. Not Primeval, Primal.
Primal.
Fucking brutal as all fuck. It is a gory ass cartoon.
Yeah, no, I really liked the original Clone Wars, the 2D one, because it was like gritty for a cartoon. At the time as a kid I think I must have been, somewhere between 10 and 13. It was relatively gritty, and I liked it.
Yeah. And the other animated Clone Wars, not as gritty.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get gritty with the 3D art stuff. But it's much more character and story centric. There's still a lot of good action. There's a lot of great choreography, but
yeah,
a lot of the greatness of it comes from the characters. Anakin is a great fucking character in the Clone Wars. He is the best character. Anakin, I don't like San Skywalker, is the best fucking character.
God damn it.
He's the chosen one.
He is.
Yeah, And Ahsoka.
You gotta at least watch the Darth Maul episodes.
Speaking of characters that could come back, Ahsoka's still running around, right?
I have no clue.
They could bring her back.
The last time I stopped keeping up with Rebels, the sequel series to that, because it sucked. But the last I saw Ahsoka, she went MIA while she was fighting Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Have they disclosed the new timeline for the new Obi-Wan show with Ewan McGregor?
Ooh, it's I think they.
Jamie, could you look that up,
Jamie, where are you at? Austin?
So, have you tried
I gotta imagine it has to be just when he starts living on Tatooine.
Somebody...
Like, just after Revenge of the Sith. Maybe a few years. But it's gotta be before... Clear, obviously.
Yeah.
Before it. So, I mean, that's at least a 30-year time frame.
Yeah, it's within the span of, what, 18, 19 years?
30.
From when Luke's a baby to...
Yeah, about
anywhere in that
less than
area.
20 years.
I'd say Ewan McGregor's aged appropriately, but that motherfucker is not aged, but like 2 days, man.
Yeah,
Like, he still looks
it's
the
got to
exact
be
He's
maybe...
like the British Keanu Reeves.
Yep.
I would say maybe like an 8-year-old Luke will be running around, and Obi-Wan has to find out that Anakin's still alive. He turned into Darth Vader, and maybe... I don't know. He's got to do...
Clearly he would know.
People are saying that Obi-Wan has to face Vader one more time before A New Hope because of, like, last time I fought you, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know, like...
yeah, because there were books about it.
They were supposed to fight one more
Disney wiped
time,
the canon,
but...
or a book.
I don't know. But he's got to do something. I don't think it's just going to be him sitting around on Tatooine.
I think to fit into the timeline, I don't think he could come into contact with Darth Vader. The whole point with him meeting up with him again in A New Hope was that it was implied, I guess, that it was their first time meeting up since Obi-Wan crippled him. Like, big move.
Well, I know they're bringing back that Joel Edgerton to play Uncle Owen, because that's who played him in the prequels. So he's got to interact with him, and you have to find out why Uncle Owen doesn't trust Obi-Wan so much. And he's like, "Oh, that old wizard son of a bitch," and then you gotta see that unfold, and then I don't know.
Obviously, he wouldn't trust him. He's a fucking Jedi on the run.
Yeah.
I don't need that shit coming near me and my family. Me and my wife and my nephew. We be simple moisturizer farmers.
Dude, like, when Aunt Beru tells him he takes after his father and Uncle Owen's about to, like, throw a fucking fit. You fucking bitch! But to throw the blue milk across the room. And it's like, what's that story?
That's
He knows. He knows.
See, the thing is, Uncle Owen's kind of right.
Yeah, like...
See, but here's the thing.
He takes after his father,
How would he
the
know?
space Nazi, in charge of, like, an entire empire space Nazi. Not the best thing to say.
Well, last time Uncle Owen saw Anakin, he just wiped out an entire Tusken Raider village and buried his mother. So already he doesn't have a good, outlook on the Jedi. He's like, oh shit. Well, this guy fucking killed an entire village.
But not just the Jedi, on Anakin specifically.
And then he finds out Anakin killed all the fucking younglings and
then
all the other Jedi.
Anakin's the second in command of the evil space Nazi empire.
Shit.
Like, good going, Auntie. What a great comparison.
That's why he doesn't want to go...
God, she must have been
That's why he doesn't...
off her ass 24/7 to say something that stupid. Because she knew Anakin just as well as Uncle Owen.
What's in that blue milk?
What's
in that milk?
I grew up in the country. I will say there are not many things to do out there.
Shit.
Some hypnotic milk.
I'm just saying that Dune Sea is a son of a bitch. They live in the vicinity of Mos Eisley. Who knows? She's probably going into Mos Eisley, going to the tavern, doing some.
Or if it's anything like most little towns around here, it's the only things to do are get fucked up and fuck. So
ew.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
Anyways, the Mandalorian. Baby Yoda. Am I right?
Baby Yoda.
Fucking Baby Yoda.
Fucking Baby Yoda. No pedophiles in here.
Kyle, what do you think of Baby Yoda?
I think... How old was Yoda in... Did they establish that he was like, 600 years? Or
I thought it was 900.
900 years?
He's more like 900.
900.
Chewbacca's only 200.
Yeah.
Only 200.
Maybe, was it 200? Yeah, around 200. But yeah, Yoda's a good 800-900. He's a...
As long as they don't pull some, this is Yoda's secret child bullshit, I'll be fine.
No, people are saying that people are trying to say, they have the audacity, the gumption to say that he's a Yoda clone.
a Yoda clone.
I think that sounds stupid.
It's an overplayed idea in Star Wars as it is.
They're already saying Rey is a clone of whoever.
I want Rey to be a clone of the Emperor.
That'd be cool.
What?
Like, if Rey is a clone, it makes sense, because in Last Jedi, she's in that vision, and there's like a million Reys, and they're all snapping their fingers, and so it
Either that
kind
or
of
a
alludes...
clone of Leia. I could stand.
No, her and fucking Kylo Ren are brother sisters. Come on.
Oh, shit.
What?
I love my stepsister, don't tell mommy. It turns into a... Woo!
What are you doing there, step bro?
Keep it in the family. Keep that bloodline pure, yo.
Well, I mean, hello, Luke and Leia. Don't forget.
Oh, yeah.
We
That,
don't forget.
They don't.
People don't forget.
never forget. The North remembers.
King of the North.
Yeah, the South remembers a lot of shit too.
Well, yeah, that's another conversation right there, but Yoda, little baby Yoda, or whatever his name is.
Okay, look.
Could
Two
be
things.
it could be Yoda and
The
Yaddle's
child.
love child.
Just the
It
child.
cannot be Yoda's child. It cannot be a clone of Yoda. I do not want this thing touching Yoda with a 9-foot pole.
Yeah, it's the same species. Let's just leave it at that. All right?
Yes, they can
Yeah,
easily
yeah,
just
yeah.
pull some bullshit like, oh, it's the same
Yeah.
species of Yoda.
That's
They're naturally gifted with the Force. Like,
I'm-
I could believe that.
yeah.
I'm good with that, I'm good with that.
Midichlorian count is naturally high. There you go.
You shut the fuck up.
It's true, Josh.
No, we
The-
haven't heard about midichlorians in 20 years.
The higher midichlorian count, the more sensitive you are to the Force. It's science.
Science, bro.
It's in the blood.
It's like how our appendixes used to be the source of magic. That's how we used to be able to cast spells and shit, man. I'm telling you.
Anakin's blood level is a high midichlorian count.
And now they don't even.
That's
That's higher than Master Yoda's.
It's shriveled up and we can't do nothing with it.
It's their power level. Exactly, it's their power level. They give it as that.
Look, just give it to, just tell us same species, same race.
Same species.
Well, I mean, they don't have to tell us. They're showing us.
Exactly.
That's all they're doing right
All
now.
I
and
know-
I'm okay with that.
They don't need to tell
Yeah.
us. I just need them to tell us it's not related to Yoda.
Exactly. That's
That's the
all
only thing I want.
established.
Yeah.
He can be Ken. That's cool. Just as like his nephew or some shit.
Even
Nah, I wouldn't.
Not a
I
son.
wouldn't like that either.
well, what if? Okay, I'm trying to think out
What
loud
if
here.
It's a girl Yoda.
Because here's the thing.
Could be a
if
girl.
They do that. It just makes the galaxy feel so much smaller.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, we need to expand it. You're right.
Like, this is an incredibly rare, hyper gifted species.
Mm,
I mean, besides Yoda and Baby Yoda, wasn't there another one in the extended universe that we knew about?
well, there's Yaddle. She was
yeah,
on the Jedi
that's her
Council.
Yeah.
Yaddle?
Yaddle wasn't related to Yoda. She was basically another female Yoda species, but she was only like, what, 300 years old?
Yeah, something like that.
She had some hair though. She had like a sweet hair
Yeah.
going on. Okay,
So, like-
a mullet.
Make this another Yaddle. Same species, extremely gifted, but that's it.
I like the idea that these species are so rare that they're created mysteriously through
I'm sorry,
either
I'm
the
just
will of the
thinking
Force
Yoda,
or just
Yaddle,
like they
Yo-Yo.
just who knows where they come from. Maybe an egg that just from
So the fact that Yoda
From-
species can live so long, it sort of implies that they can't reproduce. It takes a long time for them to.
maybe there's only like 3 or 4 of them at a time ever.
It could be that their species just naturally died off as they connected to the Force,
Mm.
or maybe they've
maybe
just
as the
always been a
Force-
naturally endangered species.
Or maybe as the Force is disconnecting from the universe, perhaps.
they just naturally died off.
Mm.
I would love that. Holy shit, that would be a great fucking explanation.
Now, would the little baby Yoda have any connection to the Force awakening in The Force Awakens?
I don't want that.
Because before Force Awakens, apparently there's been no Force using ever. Like, the whole idea is, like, well, except for Snoke, who's
Yeah,
like...
but come on, there's been no Force every other trilogy. Han Solo thought the Jedi were a fucking myth.
Yeah.
Han Solo was alive before the Jedi got wiped out.
He would have been. Yeah, he would have been a
So-
child during the Republic.
So after the Republic, the idea of using the Force, which was
Yeah,
only
yeah.
within the Jedi, is, like, far in between, or whatever. It's like,
Yeah, I understand like never seeing a Jedi, not understanding that
Yeah.
their connection to the Force, but they were a thing.
I won with the Force.
The Jedi, like during and after the Empire, the Jedi wouldn't actually be hiding. There wouldn't be as much searching for people who can use the Force, but they'd be there. I mean,
they're
the
around.
Inquisitors, who are canon in this universe,
Yeah.
were Force users. They worked for the Empire. They were basically pseudo Sith Lords.
Yeah, you don't have to be a Jedi to be a Force user. I think people are always like losing their shit over, oh, there's no such thing as gray Jedi. There's no such thing. You're either a Jedi or a Sith. Like, no, asshole. There's like it's like a spectrum, and that's what these expanded.
The Jedi were just an organization.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
look at all the tests that they did on Anakin. Like, they determined his midichlorian count after he was already,
It's higher than
8,
Master
10
Yoda.
years old, however old he was. So, I mean, they'd be able to tell person by
Yeah,
person.
it's one thing having a high midichlorian count. Sorry, Josh, I keep bringing it up, but it's science. It's one thing to have a high count.
I'm like hearing it.
It's another thing to be able to control what force is given to you, because like somebody with a low count could easily outwit somebody with a high count. It's the same thing in Dragon Ball Z, or the same thing in any anime, you name it.
Actually, that
If you have a lot of
ignoring
power,
everything he's saying right now, that is a weird thing. Did Anakin show any Did Anakin at any point before they found him use the Force?
pod racing.
That'd be a question for that.
No, I mean actually the Force, waving his hands around, even as a baby.
Well, no, he wasn't.
He was,
He never considered himself like
Well, no, because here's the thing.
magical.
but
If
he
he
was
has higher
gifted.
midichlorians than Yoda, then
He
you would
was-
think
Yeah,
he would
and
have.
we have Baby Yoda using the Force.
What?
And this isn't the first time we've done this. We've seen toddler and infant Force users using the Force before. Even in the animated Clone Wars cartoon, I'm telling you, it's fucking good.
What about Broom Kid from Last Jedi at the end?
Yeah, someone like Broom Kid.
He does the
No,
break-in.
I'm talking about actual toddlers, still sucking from the teat, have been able to use the Force.
Well, see, Anakin was naturally intelligent. He was gifted. Think about it. He built C-3PO whenever he was 10 years old. So, that has, I don't know if that has any indication with midichlorian count, but in order for him to use the Force, they had to train him in it.
Well, it was that.
But we see the Force being used all the time by non-trained people. Again, toddlers and infants can literally use the Force pull and Force push.
But
But
the
the
Sixth
discipline.
Sense.
But they're found at infancy. Like the Jedi go around. They got probably have some.
Yeah,
little,
exactly. But that's what
They test all the blood.
That was one of the ways that they found.
And they
the
take them
Force
from their
kids.
families at birth, and then take them all the way to Coruscant.
Right,
And,
so all I'm saying is, did
No, he didn't.
Anakin
No.
ever showcase any of this shit?
no, it wasn't until Qui-Gon shows up, and Qui-Gon knows he's been to pod races, and no human, unless you're force
Yes, I
sensitive,
know. I've
can
seen.
pilot a pod.
All I'm saying is that why didn't Anakin show any actual Force besides this 6 sets he had pod racing?
Because maybe he didn't know he had it.
Yeah, he didn't know. Just
Most
like
kids didn't.
just like
Again,
Rey.
toddlers and infants, though
Yeah.
they're dumb as shit, but they were still able to use the Force on their toys.
Okay, well, think about it. Like Yoda, he could sense the Sith developing and getting stronger from light years away.
Could
Why
he,
wouldn't they be
though?
able- that he claimed he could.
Palpatine went
and-
under his nose.
Yeah.
Well, there was
right
an
under his
entire
nose, but
explanation
still.
about how Palpatine was doing something to block.
Didn't he have like an
Oh.
artifact deep underneath the temple or something like that?
I don't know.
But my point is, just because, or he can feel it, so just because he can't pinpoint it, he can still feel it and he can sense, they can sense whenever a new life form is,
He was meditating
created, born.
in that room with the blinders.
That emits those kinds of
Well, then that
forces
just opens up
and
more
senses.
questions, because why did they find Anakin earlier? Again, why did Anakin, as a toddler who has the highest midichlorian count ever, showcase the Force beyond the simple pod racing?
Well, and that's why they didn't want to
I
let him
think
in,
it's
because
just
he
a
was
flaw
already
in the
so
writing.
Could be a
Yeah,
flaw in the
They
writing.
didn't think about it.
Well, no, they did. That's the thing, because Anakin was already so old. He was undisciplined. He wasn't as
But
disciplined
he
as
I'm
he
should
not
have shown
talking about
something.
discipline or higher learning. I'm talking about basic Force usage. We see toddler. It's like fucking driving a car. Imagine just walking down and you see a fucking 6-month-old baby driving a car. That's a toddler using the Force.
Exactly. It's
Why didn't we
something
see
you have to learn.
Anakin driving the car as a toddler?
As a baby.
As
Wait.
a baby.
We did. He was driving the pods.
He was a kid.
Just because he doesn't
wasn't
show,
a baby.
yeah, just because he doesn't show the physical prowess, like that's something that you have to train for in order.
No,
to
no,
use the
you don't.
Force.
You
That's
don't, that's
just
what he's
the thing.
saying.
You don't have to train for it.
If
I'm
a
talking
if
legitimate
a
Force
baby could use a
usage.
Force,
Toddlers
why
and
didn't
infants
Anakin
are able
use
to
it?
use that shit.
Well, okay.
That by naturally.
Different races
They just
too.
don't have the training to use a lot of it. But we see toddlers in the canon universe doing shit.
All right,
with the
I gotta
Force.
see these babies use the Force.
Yeah.
Show me these toddlers.
Yep, I'm with Alan on this one.
I will. It's in the Star Wars.
Because as far as
You'll see it when we watch the Clone Wars.
so they're babies and they accidentally push something over and they're like, oh shit, he's a
Because
Jedi.
even little Yoda is still 50 years old.
Yes, in the Clone Wars, they're basically acting Secret Service to go protect some of the found younglings. You know, the found infants. They're not old enough to take from their people yet, but they're old enough that, you know, like they're alive.
Yeah.
And they're showing physical evidence of the Force. The one that we see, again, toddler, diapers, basically sucking from its mama's teeth still. It literally Force pulls a ball from across the room to it.
Higher midichlorian count.
Yeah, what's this midichlorian
Then
count,
why
yo?
didn't Anakin? Why didn't they ever talk about how Anakin, the
the
highest midichlorian count, did he not show any of that?
He was on Tatooine. He was a slave.
His
Yeah.
mother was a slave.
He didn't
He
have
was
any.
born to
He didn't have any.
Which makes him a
What, did he not have any toys
He
and
did-
balls to use
No.
the Force on?
No, he lived in a junkyard. He didn't have. I would say he didn't have much opportunities.
He worked for a little gargoyle. Come on, man.
and the only
He
opportunity.
worked for a little Jewish gargoyle.
And maybe Watto saw that he was really good at making ships, and he
Well,
let
it
him.
wasn't just making ships. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about legitimate Force.
Yep. Like
Putting
grabbing
your
back-
hand
yeah.
out and moving shit with your fucking mind.
Yep.
They didn't watch Star Wars as a kid. I watched Star Wars as a kid, so I knew to put my hand in front of me and nothing happens.
Hey man, I still do that shit.
Yeah. It's
Sometimes I'm in the bathroom and the toilet rolls out and you know
yeah, bro. Like, think about how long it took Peter Parker to figure out how to get the fucking web to come out of his wrist.
it'll happen one day.
Exactly.
One day it's gonna happen. One day I'll be on the toilet, I'll be out of toilet paper, and I'll have to reach over to where we keep the spare. But I don't want to actually have to get up from the toilet.
Either that or you'll just, Mr. Fantastic that shit.
Exactly. Well, one of those two things will happen eventually.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if George Lucas thought about that. I think he was just writing it, and he just thought, this kid is naturally gifted.
This kid is Jesus. He's the space Jesus.
Okay, if we're gonna talk about George Lucas's original writing, he originally planned for Jar Jar Binks to be Darth Sidious.
Yes.
So I mean, as down for that as I am, I don't think talking about his writing.
Jar Jar is the key to everything. He's gonna tie it all together. But no, the fans have to go throw a fucking tissy fit.
Well, maybe if he didn't make the Sith Lord the fucking... Well, what's it called when you, like, dumb something down for kids? If he didn't make the Sith Lord such a bad comic relief, I'm pretty sure the fans wouldn't have done jack shit.
Maybe George Lucas just... I don't know. It's tough to say, man.
Perhaps.
I mean,
Hey, that's a great idea, making Jar Jar the fucking Sith Lord. Him having this little act of, oh, me's a
I
fucking
was
idiot.
so down for that. I watched all the videos on YouTube. I was sold. All of his little, like, would-be, like, blumbering around on purpose.
Yeah, but
Like, drunken master style. Where it's like,
Yeah, that was it. The
Basic-
drunken master style.
in the words of...
He was able to take out a
in the words of
droidica,
Robert Downey
a
Jr.
destroyer
from
droid,
Tropic
on the
Thunder,
battlefield.
you
A
don't
Jedi
go
can't
full
even do
retard.
that.
And a fucking AAT. Like, come on, man.
He took
Or
down an
ATT,
AAT.
whatever it is.
He took down a fucking... Was it one, maybe two destroyer droids, several battle droids on accident, quote unquote.
Drunken Master, man. You watched that Jackie Chan movie? I swear to God.
He was the Kramer.
He stepped on that poodoo in Mos Espa on purpose.
He did.
Ooh. Yeah, he likes that smell.
He put his head in that little electrical beam on the pod
and he
racer
knew
on purpose.
He knew to pick on Sebulba. That way, Sebulba could pick on Anakin, thus motivating him to join the pod race.
Yeah.
Jar Jar is the Phantom Menace, you guys.
Yeah. Yes,
It's
that was the
come full
original
circle.
point.
and what? Sheev Palpatine and Jar Jar just so happened to grow up on the same planet? Shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they hung out. They smoked dope in the back of the whatever feed bleachers. I don't know, just saying.
I don't know.
Wait.
As long as all the like KOTR, like Darth Plagueis, like canon's still good. And,
See, that's another thing because right now in Mandalorian, like it's a nice rich world.
or KOTR.
But if we're going to KOTR realm, like 1,000 years before, and that's what everyone was like thinking that Benioff and Wise were gonna do, but I never saw any confirmations on that. I think that was just everyone hoping.
Yeah.
But they could do that, and that's completely just it's like a free, open slate on what you can do. They can borrow different characters that people have done.
After the Mandalorian, I want them to make the Gungan.
The Gungan.
I'm about it.
Could it be like Jar Jar, but like Logan style, where he's older and withered and about to die?
I want to know what happened to Jar Jar after
Is
the fucking Revenge of the Sith.
Ooh.
Does their species go through like a metamorphosis or something? Like, how do they get to that big old fat stage?
Dude, I want to see Jar Jar in
I think
fat
he
stage.
was just a really fat Gungan.
Yeah, he's the leader. They feed him the most.
Yeah, I want to see a fat Jar Jar.
Like, I want to know what happened to Jar Jar. Fucking made the Empire. He's the one who made the speech that convinced. Like, he pulled a fucking Martin Luther King Jr.
He does that.
He gave the Misa has a dream about the fucking Chancellor becoming an emperor.
And dude, if you go back and watch, after he finishes that speech and everyone's getting up and applauding, he does that creepy smile. He's like, and then that's when Amidala's like, "That's how democracy fails, with applause."
Like, I want to know
And
what
Jar Jar's
happened
like,
to Jar Jar after that.
"Can you dig it?" And everyone's like, "Yeah!" And
What happened to Jar? I
He
legitimately
became an
want to know.
ambassador for the Gungans. He held some form of.
he took over.
Was he
office.
given just like a
He was in
fancy
the
ass
cabinet,
room with
man.
as many bitches after that?
No, check
He
this
was
out.
in the cabinet. That's all.
He's running Otagunga. He married the queen of whoever's running Naboo, and then he's just banging her out and her handmaidens, and he's getting fat, and he's ruling Naboo, and he's running a crime syndicate, and he's rolling around with a robotic leg Darth Maul, and he joins Crimson Sky or whatever. And
Alan, I want you to do me a favor, and I want you to do your best Jar Jar impersonation, but Jar Jar having sex.
Oh my god!
You say he's banging the queen, but I'm having some trouble.
Oh, you feeling so good?
Oh, are you only 12 years old?
No! No, you
That's no
motherfucker!
problem for Nisa. As long as Yusa can crawl, Yusa in the right position.
Oh my god!
I do have a long
This
time.
is so much worse.
Stop!
I just wanted to hear him say Misa gonna come.
Yusa my bitch now.
Oh.
I'm uncomfortable.
You son of a bitch.
Yusa gonna have my babies. Yusa gonna swallow.
Lisa, very uncomfortable.
Yes. Thank you, Kyle.
dude, Jar Jar.
I'm literally cringing, Alan. Thank you.
Oh god, that was
Why do you
so
have a
good, but
boner?
so bad. I hate it.
Hey, why are you looking?
But yeah, that's how it rolls. That's how it goes. And maybe Anakin as Vader still remembers what Jar Jar did for him. That he's a ride or die, and he's gonna give him like
Exactly.
Imperial
Exactly. Yeah.
perks.
Like Jar Jar, here's your new government position. You stay in this gold-plated room. When you want to fuck a bitch, just give us a call. That's all you're allowed to do. Just stay in this room. You want to eat? We'll bring you the fanciest shit. We'll bring you the rarest fucking truffle in the galaxy.
We got all the Lewinsky's you want, baby. Come on.
Ooh, what if Jar Jar is the reason why the Hutts have human slaves? Because before they just had the fat, 13-titted women, but it was Jar Jar's idea to have humans as...
No, I don't... Human slaves are sort of always a thing.
Yeah. I mean, slavery's slavery. If a species can take
the ones in the bikinis
and
the
interspecies even.
Yeah, especially with Twi'leks, they're naturally they're considered to be the most beautiful species in Star Wars.
Yeah.
The ones with those fucking giant ass ear thingies.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and they're all into S&M and they're all subs. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind dating a
Top
Twi'lek.
slave material. Top bedroom slave material. Jar Jar, you want 20 Twi'leks a night?
Ooh,
you fucking got it.
I'd watch that movie.
I wouldn't.
I am...
If I saw that on Pornhub, I would immediately close the window.
Okay, now I have...
And I would go to church for the first time in my life.
I would open up incognito tab. I would look up that same video. And I would judge it on its animation merits. And acting and voice acting.
As long as the main guy is doing the Jar Jar voice.
Oh, no.
That's a good meme. I like that meme.
Oh, man. If Ahmed Best just does that kind of shit to make money.
And then at some point, Jar Jar gets assassinated. And we see the assassin. And it's the Mandalorian. And that's how we tie it all back together.
Oh.
He's got a little baby Yoda in his backpack, just like Luke did at one point during his training.
Yeah, it could be Jar Jar put out the bounty to kill Baby Yoda.
I just want to know what happened to Jar Jar. Is Jar Jar fucking bitches 24/7 in a gold-plated hotel room?
The real questions.
These are the questions I need the Mandalorian to answer for me.
Oh man, the Mandalorian, I don't know, but we'll see.
I need Jar Jar to be fucking bitches 24/7 on a pile of credits.
A pile of credits.
I wouldn't be surprised.
With 2 old-ass clones guarding the room.
Wait. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring him back in the... or at least have him do a little cameo in the Obi-Wan series.
I would like that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would love for them to meet up and for Obi-Wan to give a "fuck you, Jar Jar" speech to him.
That's possible, because I could see Jar Jar coming to Tatooine and talking shit to Obi-Wan on Vader's behalf.
Or Jar Jar perhaps redeeming himself.
You're just an old man.
Yeah, no, I don't see that. Jar Jar is an idiot, but I don't think he's stupid.
You tried to kill Darth
He would definitely at some point recognize,
Mustafa.
oh shit, Misa made a mistake.
You killed Padme.
If he appeared in Obi-Wan, I legitimately think it would be like, Obi-Wan, help me out here. I fucked up royally.
Oh shit. You'll never guess what I did.
Well, I mean, think about all the people in government that are already like that, though. I mean, think about the people that were in the Nazi government, for example, or the original Russian government, or the USSR government, or even people in our government today with all of the political bullshit that's going on. There's people everywhere that, oh shit, I fucked up. Like, I gotta fix this somehow.
Yeah,
so
I want to see that happen to Jar Jar.
That might happen.
I want Jar Jar to make an appearance in Obi-Wan and say, Obi-Wan, Misa fucked up.
Okay, so...
help me out here. And for Obi-Wan to say, Jar Jar, you fucked up royally.
But you gotta do it in his accent, though. Jar Jar, you fucked up royally.
Alright, keep going.
That's it. That's all I got.
Say, Jar Jar, you can go fuck yourself.
Hold on, let me try. Jar Jar, you can go fuck yourself. Get the fuck off my planet. Bzzz. What the fuck, Obi-Wan? And then it's like a political thriller, like House of Cards style. And Jar Jar will address the audience every now and again. And that'd be tight. It'd have to be on Netflix or HBO because I don't think Disney Plus will do that shit.
There's
Disney
gonna,
Plus
there's
has
gonna
to
have
do
to
that
be
shit.
some sort of Jar Jar, fucking 16-year-old boys scandal.
Yeah. That's like Jar Jar can't tell how old humans are. That's why he was gonna bang the queen, and she's only 12.
Wait.
Why was a 12-year-old the queen anyways?
Cause
Who the fuck came up with that?
that's
Okay,
Naboo,
well,
man.
look at the Queen of England. How old is she? She's like 90? Who the fuck wants a 90-year-old queen? I mean, after a certain
She was-
point...
If not for modern medicine, she would not be the queen.
Yeah, honestly though, I feel bad for Prince Harry. Like, that motherfucker has been Prince for Jesus. How old is he?
Yeah, at least he's not a fucking
70
dude.
years? But still, his mom is 70
Does
fucking
he rule
years.
Wales?
Yeah, he's still the King of Wales, but he's not the King of, Great Britain.
Look at that. He's got Wales.
Wales.
He's got Wales. Nothing against Welsh people. I really like Welsh accents.
Nothing gets me hard like hearing that Welsh accent.
Jar Jar.
My 10th grade chemistry teacher, she was Welsh, and she was from there, and holy shit, bro. I couldn't none of us could understand what a fucking element she said. It was the worst chemistry class we ever took in high school.
We get a lot of kooky German ladies that come in shopping. They're like real German. And, they're cute. They're like,
Look at this word. Look at this Welsh word. It's so long, it's taken up 5 lines on Google.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah. Leonvale, Pool, Gingil, Goge, Ukrim, Drool, Elondis, Ilio, Goch.
hell yeah.
That's the entire alphabet.
But what does that word mean?
Prince Harry is
Oh, let's see. It's actually a
grandson.
sentence
You're talking about
for
her husband?
St. Mary's Church in the hollow of the White Hazel near blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it's a place.
But it's all one word.
I've got an aunt who lives in Holland, and she...
Oh, I hear that place
I don't
is so
know
nice.
how she did it. She was the first female firefighter in Holland. Fun fact.
Really?
Yeah. Jenny Kilgore was her name. A bunch of the male firefighters beat the shit out of her after she was in there for a couple of years.
Oh, Holland doesn't sound very nice anymore.
It kind of knocked her out. I'm sure they're more progressive now. This was like 15 years ago. But anyways, she
It's
learned
the
like 7
Netherlands.
languages. But she tried teaching me Dutch. And bro, whenever the words are 20-something letters on a regular basis, I mean, generally it's separate word or individual smaller words combined to make one word. But god damn, that pronunciation, pain in the ass.
Baby Yoda!
Baby Yoda.
Please don't show this.
Jar Jar is Baby Yoda's father.
Oh, man. Now you're just throwing crackpot theories out of your ass.
You're goddamn right.
Why can't Obi-Wan be Baby Yoda's father?
Because Obi-Wan is my baby daddy and I don't want
Maybe
Baby
on the
Yoda to be my
side.
baby.
Maybe Obi-Wan would stay
Whoa,
behind
what is that?
and talk to Yaddle in the Jedi Council.
Yaddle died a long time ago.
Well, you never know. Maybe,
No,
50
it's
years,
Baby Yoda.
you know?
You're right. Baby Yoda's been around for 50 years.
Yes, Yaddle, you needed to speak to me? And then he's like, yes!
Into my room you will come in more ways than one.
Hey!
Mm.
You want to see my lightsaber? I didn't bring it.
Alright.
Oh.
Let's change the subject.
All right,
Disney
please.
Plus.
Oh,
Disney
God.
Plus.
I'm still not gonna buy it.
They have The Simpsons.
You have The Simpsons. Everything but season 2. What the fuck's on season 2?
And
That's what I want to know.
4.
Look, I'm
They
sorry,
have,
but
like,
Disney
1
Plus as a
grade
concept
5.
is still bullshit to me. They own Hulu. They could have put half the shit there and then made like a Disney Plus subscription that costs like an extra
The way
$5.
they do, the way Hulu does with HBO.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
could have done like, okay, you want this other shit, or I get pay us
No,
another
they wanted their
$5.
own.
Well, that's
They
kind of
knew
what they're
that people
doing
were
now.
going to buy it.
You can do a Disney Plus and Hulu package.
There shouldn't be a package. It should be one thing. I don't want to have to pay. I don't want to pay them twice when they have the one subscription.
Yep.
It should just be an upgrade. Was what he's saying.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's it. I'm perfectly fine with them pulling all their
They
shit
got it.
from everyone else. I think it's a giant dick move, but I think it's
only
fine.
$6.
Whatever.
Hulu would have been banking because they already have HBO. So if you have HBO through Hulu and Disney, you'd be paying like $30 a month for that.
Well, hang on. Don't say it's only $6. Some of us hate ads so much that we will pay.
No,
for a
I'm
little
talking
bit
about
extra.
Disney Plus.
Oh.
Disney Plus is only 6 months. I paid $13 for Hulu without any commercials.
Yeah. Also, what kind of shit is that? Why? Because we're already not paying enough for different streaming services. They want
They don't
to.
care.
The whole point of streaming was supposed to be cheaper than cable.
And to
And now
get
with all
rid
these
of
different
commercials.
subscriptions,
Yes.
plus the price for internet. Like, some people are paying, like, what, fucking $200 a month for internet and all their subscriptions? Like, that's it. I think
They had everything.
Disney wanting to own all their shit in one place, great, do it. I'm happy for them. I want all of my Disney shit in one place. But just put it on fucking Hulu!
Yeah, I wish I could record you as a video.
Doing all these fucking arm motions I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Nah,
like
man,
a
you got-
fucking Italian on crack.
Now you gotta do the smart thing. You gotta be like me.
Mamma
You
mia.
gotta set up a new email every week to get that free week.
A different disguise.
No, what I need to do is get a laptop with a good virus protection.
Uh-oh.
Whoops.
The Jolly Roger's flying again, fellas.
Amen,
Uh-oh.
brother.
We got an entire generation of kids who have never had to pirate shit, and they're gonna start learning soon.
They will. Whenever
They're gonna learn which download button to click on that window.
This massive diversification of streaming services is doing nothing more than all of the different networks were doing, back before this happened. The piracy's going to go back up. I mean, granted, it's at an all-time low now, which I think's great.
Actually, it's been starting to rise.
Yeah, exactly. It's starting to
master
rise
pirate.
again.
I pirate everything.
I thought you were a master. What was that?
Masturbator.
Yeah.
No, that's shoot.
No, that's
Yeah, Alan's got the gold belt.
No,
I've got my
she's a
lightsaber.
master debater. I'll tell you that.
Hey.
Master Vader.
Yeah, no. Disney Plus, it's fine. I like the idea. I think it's a dick move to just take everything off the other
that's-
subscription people's shit. But whatever, just I don't want to pay you
Look,
for two different
if it's not
accounts.
if it's not for you, it's not for you. I mean, it's.
Well, it's not a matter of my family pays for Hulu is the thing. We would have been fine with paying a bit extra to get all the Disney shit on it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to have to pay them for both Hulu and Disney Plus.
Well, here's the thing. When you have kids are like a spike in the market. Whatever's for kids, the
Yeah.
parents are going to buy.
Yep.
Toys,
Parents are
shoes,
gonna
shorts,
be
whatever the fuck.
the biggest.
Kids are cha-ching, money symbols. So Disney knows this. And Disney is,
Disney's profited
Kid.
off of this their entire lifespan.
I'm telling you, they're going to come out with vehicles.
Yeah, you get Disney Plus, you put it on for the kids, and it's like a babysitter.
I'm using this to jump forward into another subject. Have y'all heard that they've been secretly putting Fox movies into the Disney Vault?
Yep.
Fox movies?
Yeah, now that they own Fox.
Oh, no.
Like, they've been putting their
Oh.
foot down on straight up theater showing certain movies.
Yeah,
now.
okay.
I feel like at some point,
Like you can't have
movie
it.
theaters are going to start dying out, and then Disney's going to come out with their own fucking movie theaters.
Oh, shit.
As long as Alamo Drafthouse doesn't die, I'll be okay.
Yeah, I heard a story about.
Well, what's Alamo Drafthouse going to show once everything's owned by Disney?
Wait, don't they own MGM Studios?
Because isn't MGM owned by Fox?
So they own MGM Studios.
Yeah.
Mhm.
MGM, it's one of those really fucking old movie studios
Yeah.
that have like hundreds, if not thousands, of movies.
And that goes back to like the Criterion Collection and the not TV Land. That doesn't really. What was it?
Like they've one of the strategies Disney's been pooling with some of their movies in theaters is that they've been telling them to run their movies around the clock in as many theaters as they can, just to kick out any other movie from competing against them.
Wow.
Yep.
And if they don't want to do it, they won't even get the movie then.
Oh, they're
Shit.
running some shady tactics. No, like for sure, there's bullshit afoot.
Afoot.
There is dickery afoot.
Yeah, and I think
There's
Disney
like
Plus
another
is
on
just
the loose.
Disney is just one. It's just one. It's just a drop in the fucking.
Yeah,
ocean.
it's another mega corporation. That's all it is, man. It's a fucking mega corporation.
Alright, well, Alan's apparently gonna go take a piss, so I guess we're gonna take a break.
I'm grabbing a tea. Y'all keep talking about the end of the world.
Mega corporations. Fuck
It's a
Disney. Fuck
Monopoly. They know how to
Starbucks.
play it. They've got the little hat.
Yep.
Yes, they got the. They literally own the joke from the Simpsons movie where he goes, "Look at me, I'm the mascot of an evil corporation."
None of these
Wow.
views represent the views of Maibalzich podcast, by the way.
Look, I'm just saying. Again, I've said it like 3 times. Disney Plus, cool. Disney Plus has its own subscription. Dick move, guys. Dick move.
How much is it again, though?
I think it's like $6-7 right now. So it's not that bad. All right, I'll give it to them. It's not that bad.
$6.99.
I gotta go powder my nose.
But I feel like that's part of the reason why it's kind of sucks.
I'm
because
currently
it's like-
currently a subscriber to Disney Plus. Please, Disney, do not sue me. Do not take any legal action. I love you, Disney Plus. You are a great corporation, and I continue to. I look forward to being in company and business with you in the near future and far future, and keep on pumping out that Star Wars content.
Hi, Disney. It's Josh. I just want to say, if you want to take legal action against me, go ahead. I will be pirating your shit. I will be pirating your movies, your TV shows, most definitely your cartoons, because you make some pretty good goddamn cartoons. I'll give you that. But I will be fucked in the ass before I give you any of my fucking money for that shit.
What was it he's saying?
And if you don't like it, you can send your shit to the Maibalzich podcast.
This is Alan Nelson of the Maibalzich podcast. Disney, he is young and knows nothing of what he's saying. He's very young and he's very nice. He's very young.
Hey Alan, what's the taste?
He
How's get that
doesn't
taste of
understand.
boot out of your mouth with a nice sweet tea?
I love the taste of boot. All right, I love boots. I consider that a compliment, and I want more boot in my mouth. All right, I'm trying to talk to Disney. Don't interrupt me, Mickey. Can we speak mouse to mouse, Mickey?
The Maibalzich podcast wants to make you go. Oh,
No,
oh,
you are not my Balzich podcast.
Close to it.
You are not my.
oh, Minnie! Oh, Minnie! Back to the Mandalorian. Let's get back
Baby
to
Yoda.
Star Wars. The Mandalorian.
Hashtag free Winnie.
Propane.
China, I know you have Winnie cooped up in a cage somewhere. Let him go.
They don't have to. He's their president.
Don't say that.
He's just joking, Disney. He's just joking. China, please, I love your movies too.
Don't give in to the pressure, man. Hashtag free HK.
Kill Whitey.
Baby Yoda, guys.
Baby Yoda.
Christ.
Okay, so legitimate review of episode 2 of
Yaddle,
The
you're so
Mandalorian.
green and tight.
Episode 2 of The Mandalorian, for real. It was good, but there was a lot of filler that didn't really need to be there.
It was your basic filler episode, but you know, it is what it is.
I would have been like Kyle said it best that it'd be fine if this was gonna be a longer series, but there's gonna be less than 10 episodes. And with that much time, you shouldn't be spending. Like, I'm hoping there's not the more filler than that.
Yeah, because
I want this show to get going. I want the plot to get going. I don't want to be introduced to a character halfway through and then have their entire backstory given to us in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I want to see these characters. I want to see where their stories going. I want to see good action.
Yeah.
Like I want. This is gonna be a short story. I want the story to actually start going.
Yeah,
it's the first season. They're already fucking shooting season 2.
Oh shit!
Like they're gonna do it. Like,
Well, I'm not surprised.
I think they're fiddling around with this one. They're kind of putting their feet in the water, and the episodes are short. That's my only problem with it. Really, it's just how short they are. But
Yeah, they're like 45 minutes.
not even that. Like 35 minutes.
Really?
But maybe they're getting used to it. This is
They're getting their feet wet.
It's a lot of their first time. Like it's Dave Filoni's first time directing. Favreau's directed before, and you got some other guest directors, and maybe they'll have different, outtakes or not outtakes, but outlooks. And by season 2, maybe it'll expand a little bit.
Yeah, but at the same time, this is Disney Plus's first original show.
They're already talking about doing a movie.
I would love to see a movie. That's what I would like. I want to see a movie. I want to see. I thought when they first announced it, it was supposed to be like a Boba Fett movie.
This is the first live action Star Wars TV show. For that reason alone, it's. I think they're doing.
Yeah, I'll give it that. It's
different. It's.
It's different. It is different for sure.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like they should be starting with their best foot forward.
It's a good foot.
Like they should have started with a run, not a light jog. Like this is the first live action Star Wars TV show. This is the first original on Disney Plus.
See,
this is one of the things selling Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be a bigger draw-in than just it's Star Wars. I feel like, because again, it's a short series.
So it should have been Jar Jar Binks.
I would like to see Jar Jar.
Jar Jar
I
is
don't
the
think
Mandalorian.
it has the time.
Whoa.
Wait, what?
Wait, say that again?
Yeah, Jar Jar is the Mandalorian.
Jar Jar's the Mandalorian.
That's a twist right there.
He takes off his helmet and it's just, it was Misa all
Out
along.
come his floppy ears.
Yeah, they take off the helmet, the ears flop down first.
I got rid of the accent.
The neck extends. And then it's Pedro Pascal doing
Misa
his
took
best.
speaking lessons.
Eyes pop out. Bloop, bloop.
So it turns out I had a speech impediment before.
A
I
few
went to
simple
speech
classes
therapy.
took care of that.
Damn.
Chingo.
Anyways, I don't think the Mandalorian has the time to be a cheetah on a fucking...
A cheetah.
Here's the thing. No, it's an actual phrase. It's called being a cheetah on the treadmill. Where you're going really fast, but you're not really going anywhere.
Yep.
And I don't think the Mandalorian has that opportunity here.
Well, let's see how it...
If it wants to do that later on in the other seasons, that's fine. But this is the selling point for more than just the show.
It's been getting good
This
reviews.
is supposed to be... Well, that's just it. The second episode... The first episode was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'll give it that.
Maybe the second episode...
The second episode, I love the Jawas. I love Jawas in general. I like seeing them.
Yeah.
And I liked a lot of the bits from it, but aside from that, there was a lot of filler. Like, we have to see the Jawas?
Yeah, the only actual... don't get me wrong, I love the episode, but the only actual plot development was the child lifting up that beast. Sorry, people, there's spoilers. It was the child lifting up that thing, and then them getting the hell off of that planet. That was the only plot development.
Yeah, we got to see some more of the Nick Nolte character. Do some more Ugnaught shit. And I really feel like episode 3 is going to really kick off a little bit.
It has to, because by the end of episode 3, the series is almost halfway over.
Yep.
He'll meet up
They
with...
need to get the plot going. We need to know why these people want Baby Yoda. We need to know how they know about Baby Yoda, what they're going to do to Baby Yoda.
And if it even is Baby Yoda.
Right quick, sorry for the interference, ladies and gentlemen. Some of us are enjoying our Friday nights and getting a little blazed, so excuse my coughing.
Ooh.
Nah, people cough, it's natural.
Yeah.
General Grievous used to cough.
Like,
He used to.
he used to. But yeah, no, episode 1 from The Mandalorian,
Kenobi.
10 out of 10. Action was great. I wasn't expecting a production to be this big for The Mandalorian. I'll be honest. I knew it would be at least somewhat big, but this is like movie quality shit.
Oh, I am digging the action scenes. Like, they're the choreography,
The
fight
CGI,
scenes. Yeah,
the
it's
physical
all
animations.
really well done.
Like the animatronics.
That's that Disney
it makes
money.
you question, is this CGI or is it an animatronic?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we had that talk when we were first watching episode 1. And it's phenomenal. It's amazing.
So,
I love it.
what would we rate the episode? I'd say
Episode 1, I would rate 10 out of 10.
I'd say
It was a
episode
great
2.
way to start the series. It had that great production, great acting. I loved IG-11.
Yeah.
I just loved everything about episode 1 of The Mandalorian. It was a great start to showcasing us how much of a badass the Mandalorian character actually is.
I think it's a solid 5 out of 7 for the episode 2. Solid 5 out of 7.
5 out of 7?
Yep.
What would
Perfect.
that translate to?
That translates to a perfect score, brother.
5 out of 7 is a perfect score?
I like how the Mandalorian, he's a badass. He can handle himself, but he's flawed. He's not perfect. He doesn't ride the little dinosaurs right away. He struggles a little bit. He gets his ass kicked by some Jawas. He almost gets killed by the giant horn creature. And so I like that because he's not this ultimate badass Mandalorian.
Yeah, let's be honest. Besides this Mandalorian, the only other one most people know is Boba Fett, and he got his ass kicked by a fucking blind man.
I was listening to a review, and they compared the story of the Mandalorian so far to like a good RPG, like tabletop, where it's like you start off, kind of good, and you meet characters, and you win some, you lose some, you got to upgrade a little bit. Maybe it's like, episode 2's a little slow.
I like the Mandalorian.
You're learning
character.
a little
I like
bit
what
of
they're doing with him. He's a badass, but he's not the badass.
Yeah, he's
he got his ass kicked by the Jawas, which, I'll be honest, I was a little disappointed. I thought maybe he'd have a better plan than to just crawl up there and get his ass shot by 20 fucking droid lasers.
Yeah, he doesn't have his jetpack yet. He doesn't have his missile yet. He doesn't have the little antenna on his helmet yet.
Well, I don't think this is Boba Fett. I think it was just another.
Hey, man, it could just be some sort of universal communication device. Some sort. It's an antenna. It enhances radio signals. You know.
I'm fine with him losing to the Jawas because I guess the plot of episode 2 requires it.
And it's 150.
But I don't. Again, this just goes to my personal grading for episode 2.
Okay.
I love the Jawas. I just didn't think they were necessary. So I give episode 2. Me personally, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. I think it was good. I think it was great. But it was filler, and I don't want filler in this currently, as we know it, short series.
Okay. Maybe if you think after maybe 4 or 5 episodes, then they do a filler, that would have felt better for you.
I feel like a filler episode would have been good to help release some of that tension.
Listen here. Maybe the Jawas were put into place in this episode to build up the character of the Mandalorian, to make us understand that he's not a hero, he's not a badass, like he seems to be on the first episode. And he's probably way younger than we think he is. And he's inexperienced. And this whole scenario just gave us an example of that, because he doesn't plan it out. He thought on his feet to just go chase them right afterwards. He wasn't even thinking about Baby Yoda. I was like, what the fuck? Are you just gonna let him follow you? Like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah.
He's climbing the fucking thing.
Think about what you're doing. You got a baby now.
And then with the camera just zooms and there's little Baby Yoda just zooming right behind the fucking thing.
That's a very, very insightful point.
Well, yeah, this whole scenario is a way for us to be like, oh, well, shit. And he didn't even have the skill to actually kill that unicorn beast. Yoda just fucking saved his ass. And he's like, holy shit, I would have been dead if it wasn't for little baby.
Also, right quick,
Yoda.
4 blasters shots didn't do a damn thing to that big rhino thing. But he stabbed it in the neck with a little shiv and it died.
Well,
what the fuck?
That's because his energy was being used while little Yoda was either holding him
No,
or kind of crushing him.
I wouldn't say that. He
Why not?
he stabbed it with a knife one time and it immediately died.
But that's to show that Yoda's power in holding this rhino creature back was so strong that it put Yoda to sleepy
But
time
that's all
for like
he
2
did.
days.
All he did was pick it up. He didn't
but
choke its fucking
no, he
heart.
didn't. But the creature was trying to run and he couldn't. He was slow motion running.
Well, yeah, because it's
So
a fucking
Yoda was
animal.
not
It's
even
not going to die just because you stab it once after it
Not only
runs
was he
in
holding him, he had a barrier there because at first he charged him and he stopped and then he started to float.
Well, he was pushing up against the ground, trying to still move before he lifted him up
He
in the
could
air.
have
Once
exerted
he got
a
up
lot
in
of
the air,
energy
his legs were
struggling.
Yeah, but
like
exerting
normal.
a lot of energy and then being stabbed by a shiv.
Well, hang on. It was a glowing shiv.
Was it glowing?
It
I
could've
thought
been-
it was just
it had a bluish tint.
It could have been a vibroblade.
Yeah.
And he could have hit him at the right artery or.
And before Yoda
his-
did anything, I thought
Right
that
in the
blade was going to
spine.
be a flying blade where it just goes into his fucking...
He just
Centerpiece.
presses a button on the tiny hilt and
No
it just
kidding.
launches forward.
Yeah, no, I thought that was going to happen.
That was the Mandalorian's plan. Sit there on his knees and fucking
I think he
Well,
was.
that was
with
a
the
way for
little
him to give
blade
up.
out.
Honestly, I
He was
thought
ready- he
he
was
was
ready
going to
to-
let it charge and then he would just move to the side and stab it.
Nah, he was ready to die. He was.
That's what I was thinking.
He was
but
giving
yeah,
up
that
right
stance,
there.
that wasn't a parry stance. That was a stand my ground stance.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was done.
Yep.
Yeah, he was going to die on his ass with a weapon out like a man.
That would have been, like she said.
Either way, the
I feel
Mandalorian
like that's
isn't
going to be
as...
something we
He
have
isn't
to
as
revisit
experienced
in
as we
hindsight.
thought he would be. And
Yeah.
he does need Yoda. Yoda was put in his path for some reason.
Yeah, this
You know?
episode, that's
That's
Grace
why-
brought up a very, very good point.
That's
This
why-
Thank you,
episode,
Grace.
it did a very good point of establishing that he's not as mature as
The first episode.
we would
meant to
expect.
believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not always rational. Chasing after that land ship like that. I mean, that's a 1-on-50 fight. You think you're gonna get out of that? Come on. Even if it's a bunch
That's
of
a
Jawas.
knucklehead
And-
to do.
Exactly.
He
And-
was
Circling back to the beginning of this whole thing, where he's wasting good disintegration rounds on Jawas.
I don't know. I feel like if that is the purpose of this, we're gonna have to see a scenario similar to this later in the series where he does overcome it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's going to grow.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying
Or
he isn't,
depend on
but
others.
I'm saying
He kinda
we need to
did with,
see him
um,
in the same similar scenario of what we saw now.
Yeah,
Him
it's
going against
foreshadowing.
a small force and actually winning.
Not
Yeah.
to mention, he asked the old guy to come up.
Yeah,
come
yeah,
with
yeah.
him
Right,
At
right,
the
right.
end.
Right, yeah. I'm expecting this guy, the Ugnaught character, to become a reoccurring one.
Yeah,
Just
I think he's gonna come back.
But I feel like I like what you're saying, but if it is going to be one of those scenarios, in order to show his growth, we need to have to put him in that same scenario. Him going against a small force and winning, him going against another massive animal and winning without Baby Yoda.
Maybe not another massive animal, but definitely he'll be in some more pickles later on.
It would have-
Yeah, definitely.
Well, not just pickles. I'm talking about putting him in a similar circumstance, in a similar situation where he is able to come out on top because he does grow.
Yep, I'm gonna change my mind on this episode. I'm gonna change my review. I do think it was pretty good, and I don't think there was quite as much fluff as I originally thought because it, like I said, it showed
Well, if
like
you look
Grace
at it like
said,
that, but
it showcases a lot of how he goes into situations half cocked, and it's bitten him in the ass. It's probably gonna bite him in the ass again. This
he is a
probably some
badass,
form of
and
foreshadowing.
he knows he's a badass,
Yeah.
and that kind of fucks him up.
But he's not as badass
And
as
yeah,
he
that's
thinks
a
he
great
is.
point. But I'm gonna keep my point the same because I feel like that's something that we would have to look at in hindsight.
Not to mention, he's probably questioning the whole bounty. on Yoda.
Of course. Definitely.
Yeah.
He's not going to give Baby Yoda to,
Yeah.
to these
Yeah.
dumbasses.
To Jar Jar.
He's not going to give Baby Yoda to Jar Jar.
To the
Finally!
Empire, man.
Baby Yoda's
To the
mine.
fucking Empire.
He just eats him like that egg.
Oh,
He slices his head off and starts eating his insides.
oh no.
The most expensive jelly in the galaxy.
He just, Jar Jar just takes Baby Yoda
Those
and throws him in a
midichlorians.
grinder.
Oh, little sausage.
All the midichlorians.
It's like caviar.
And it just shows him going to hell on the.
Your soul is mine.
He's got this little bowl of just grinded Baby Yoda, and he's just going.
Dude, what if he eats Baby Yoda and it takes all his
Did you
powers?
grab my beer?
What if he ate Baby Yoda like Baby
Yes, I
Yoda
did,
ate
Rubbers.
that frog?
Yeah. Shit, I'm worried about Baby Yoda.
If Jar Jar
I've been
gets on
worried
him,
about
gets his hands
Baby
on
Yoda.
him, we'd have to.
I'm not worried about Baby Yoda. He's got... what's the word for it?
Hot armor?
Yes.
I hope they don't name him because I want to keep calling him Baby Yoda.
Same here.
But the
The child.
Like Baby Yoda.
The name of the episode was The Child.
I hate the concept of that it is. Well, no, I don't hate Baby Yoda. I hate the idea that they're going to make him related to Yoda.
nah, I don't think they will. I hope not. It'd be the same as having to relate Mandalorian
Fine,
to
just call him Baby Yo-Yo.
Boba Fett because everyone's asking, is Boba Fett going to show up? Like, he doesn't have to.
Right, he doesn't have to. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
Because
It
Boba
might-
Fett does become the ruler of Mandalore at some point.
Yeah, but this is substantially... This is a different timeline than the
You
Right,
think-
right.
original
It's a
trilogy.
different timeline, different
Yeah.
characters, different part of the universe.
Yeah, it's 25 years after the OT. After the original trilogy.
Although,
Maybe season 2,
maybe seasons.
he'll go back to Mandalore and have to go back to his roots. Because this whole season's about identity and him finding himself. What really makes him a Mandalorian. What really makes him a bounty hunter, a man, you name it. And trusting himself, trusting his friends,
Trusting others.
little baby Yoda, trusting
He
that
seems
he...
to have pretty good trust in others.
Yeah, I think he trusts others
Well,
a little
yeah.
too much. Of course,
Well,
the IG unit, though, they
That's
were in the
thing,
same
like,
clan.
He's definitely young.
Yeah, they were part of the same guild.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was going to trust them to an extent.
Like his chemistry with IG-11 was like on point because they were both bounty hunters and they're
And
both...
this whole setup could be a trap. It's a trap!
Oh shit.
Not to mention...
Akbar's behind this.
Admiral Akbar's snack bar.
And
It's a
Admiral
wrap.
Akbar.
It's a wrap.
I hear Admiral Akbar the first night I spent with my first girlfriend. It's a trap!
Oh my
Shut
god.
up, Akbar! It's the
Oh,
best
man.
thing! But yeah, no. Like I said,
Because they gave him this job knowing that he was semi-inexperienced. I mean, not that they know, but I'm just guessing.
no, they gave him that job because he's a badass. They literally say, "You're a badass." In the first episode, take this bounty.
He's the
That
best.
could be a flus.
He's the best hunter in the parsec.
Yeah,
Maybe
he's-
not the galaxy.
He's supposed to be just the
Oh,
part.
okay.
He's the best hunter in the parsec. He was the best man for the job. He's the most qualified. All I'm saying is that
What if he's a woman?
Nah.
As a woman.
You saw the other
I
woman.
know, I
Yeah.
know. God damn.
Them hips don't lie.
Neither do those breasts.
let's talk about
Them
her.
breastplates.
Because the
Look.
second, because let me say, when we first saw in episode 1, we saw that fucking,
Scene.
Yeah.
we saw that fucking forger. What's it called, Kyle?
Blacksmith?
Blacksmith. Yeah, we
Yeah.
saw the space blacksmith, and immediately, my dick was feeling it.
Oh my god.
Immediately, Kyle had shit
And,
to say.
and the second they spoke, and it was a woman, that thing damn near tore through my pants. Like, yes!
Wait, you needed the confirmation that it was a
No,
woman,
I was
or
attracted to them.
you were just attracted to it either way?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
attracted to it. Like, I was feeling it. I'm like, okay, space blacksmith, I love it.
Even though she's barely tapping the metal, not doing the.
Nah, bruh, that's all she had to do.
It's all on the wrist.
well, hang on.
That's all on
I
the
didn't
wrist.
Oh, yeah, we skipped to, you immediately skipped to episode 2's review.
No. He was bringing up last time after we saw it that
Yeah.
a real blacksmith puts in all of their
I don't know.
swings.
Okay. Yeah, she was swinging the hammer like she didn't mean to swing the hammer. I mean, come on. Metal's metal. If that stuff's like blaster resistant, like the IG unit shot him on that little plate, right? And it threw him back, and that metal was A-okay. If it can take a blaster unit, why are you gonna hit it like a wuss with a hammer?
Maybe
Take
she's not a
this.
human. Maybe she was some sort
The
of...
fact that it ended up being perfect means that is all she had to do. I mean, she was hitting it with the force necessary just by doing that little tapping, because she is that badass of a space blacksmith.
She's not
Okay.
human. She
Don't
could be
hit it
a
harder.
green girl.
Always get a bigger hammer.
She's a green girl.
If she actually went with it with her full mighty, with the hammer of Thor,
Came
you want me
down
to
on
bring
it
the
with
hammer that
Mjolnir.
down, Kyle? Like, the whole planet would have been
I was
destroyed.
gonna
the
say
Mjolnir.
that! I was gonna say she would have destroyed the whole planet.
Yeah, she would have destroyed the whole planet if she took that hammer onto that piece of
She
metal.
got that
with her
Goku
full
strength,
force.
yo.
I
She
didn't,
had to come at it gentle, because that's all she needed to do. It came out exactly the way it was supposed to.
Yeah, if she was licking your dick, all she'd have to do is just tickle the tip with the little...
And immediately you'd have the greatest orgasm. Sex would be ruined for you after that, because you would never be able to experience that kind of pleasure again.
Intensity.
The second she spoke, though, sent me to another world.
Oh my god.
Because
gosh.
I love because I'm a bisexual man. I love seeing people.
Strong
I like
women.
seeing guys doing that masculinity shit. It gets me going.
Of course.
But when you put a woman doing that masculinity
It's
shit,
even hotter.
that's not even another level. That's another fucking floor.
That's a good one.
As somebody who grew up in a rural area, I can definitely attest to that, sir.
Like they're like yes, rural area. You know, watching a guy wrangle a fucking cow, that's sexy. Seeing a woman wrangle a cow.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
So when you heard the space blacksmith just speak, and we got the confirmation that it was a woman, it
What?
was like I'm telling you that.
I'm
right
still
now.
thinking about the woman wrangling a cow. Like,
Everyone can't get up right now. Everyone's suddenly planted.
So, y'all want
You can't tell, but it's a waterfall down here right now. Yeah, no. If I wasn't watching this at your place, Alan, I would have paused the video and gone to the bathroom for a few minutes.
I would.
Oh.
well, hello there.
Like I would have gone to the bathroom, and immediately you would have heard Obi-Wan Kenobi going, "Hello there,
General Kenobi.
Jesus.
I would have probably had that scene playing on my phone on repeat
Oh my god.
of just her first talking.
I'm not sure if I'm more weirded out by Alan's Jar Jar impression in bed or by Josh's sexual preferences.
A woman
Of course,
doing
of
masculine
course.
shit.
No, I have no room to speak in the sexual.
So,
preferences
Josh, if a
department.
Gungan is swinging a hammer down at some plates,
It would have to be Jar Jar.
oh yeah.
It would have to be Jar Jar, and he'd have to be giving me like a look from a distance. Like as he hammers it and the sparks going, their eyes just meet, and he just gives me that look.
I blame porn.
Tonight,
Is the
You
reason
suck.
why I'm attracted to orcs.
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 hold on,
Okay.
what kind of orcs? Orcs from Lord of the Rings,
Yes.
or orcs from
Lord of the Rings.
fucking Warcraft?
Orcs from Lord of the Ring. They have to have like that nasty face with the big fangs. on
No,
the
are you talking
lower
about
jaw.
the orcs or Urukais?
Orcs?
Because the Urukais were the main fighting force we saw in Lord of the Rings.
They were the ones that they pulled up out of the ground.
Yeah, the ones that they pulled out and they were like being born from the fucking earth itself.
Yeah, they were literally elves that were tainted. Like that shit's so fucking sick.
Well, that's supposed to be the thing about orcs in general, is that they were elves tainted by magic. The Urukais were a completely different thing. They were a combination of orcs and goblin men.
Are
Weren't
those
they?
the ones with the little trencita on their head?
What?
A little braid?
Yeah, those were the Urukais. Like the one.
Okay, well, both.
So you're attracted to the Urukai. Because
No,
the
both.
orcs were the ugly ass looking fuckers.
Let's
No,
just
I like the orcs
let's just
too.
say like an orc-like creature because we're talking internet hentai porno here. I don't think they really.
Oh, you seem like the kind of gal who would surf the ugly bastard tag on hentai.
Like, we're talking like Frodo tied up and bound in that
Yeah.
tower, wearing
Yeah.
nothing but his mithril.
Yeah, because that was an Urukai and a orc, I think.
And then those two motherfuckers having their way with him. Yeah, buddy.
Nah, I don't want to see Frodo.
Oh.
No, you'd be Frodo in this situation.
Ooh,
What about
hello.
Sam?
You'd be tied up.
I'd be
Hang on,
Sam.
hang
Taken
on.
from
I'd be
both
Sam.
ends.
Hang on, she's taken.
Not yet.
Step away, video from the internet.
Well, now we know what kind of mask is in Kyle's closet.
Ooh, Kyle.
I mean, you guys do that. I'll go back to that video where the Twi'lek Sith girl is raping the Jedi inside the Jedi temple. And then the Jedi guy gives in and they're just going at it. And the rock music kicks on. And,
Oh no.
the whole time I'm just like, how does her paint stay on her body? That is very impressive paint.
Wait. Did we all see the Grinch?
What?
The Grinch porno?
No.
Last year?
No.
Real people.
Oh, God.
This man
Oh.
dresses up as the Grinch. And everyone in the comments was so disappointed that his dick wasn't green. It was such a fucking...
No, I saw
I've
the...
got something that'll grow 3 sizes larger
Oh! It's almost Christmas time.
It's my dick.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, it was a popular porno last year. It was the Grinch
Right.
porno. And he fucks little Cindy Lou Who.
Oh,
No.
Well, she's an adult. But she looks like a child.
No. I watched the one about Ninja Turtles starring April O'Neil.
We did! You showed me that one!
What?
The fucking song at the beginning!
It had a theme song.
Oh man, you should pull that up right now,
It was
Jamie.
It's like
Rather
teenage... Oh, what was it called? Teenage Mutant...
Ninja
Coming?
fuckers.
Teenage Mutant Coming Turtles.
I hope not.
I don't know, but it was like Heroes in the Coxwell. Turtle dick. Turtle penis.
That gives
Okay.
a whole new meaning to the term turtle head.
Hold on.
It was like...
Baby Yoda, guys. Come on, Baby Yoda.
Oh, God damn it.
I just remember Leo
Alan, you
Hardo
never
or
gave us
something.
your review on episode 1 and 2. Just give us the points.
Oh,
God, we...
10 and 10.
Episode 2?
Yeah, 10 and 10. I thought it was great.
Episode 1.
But no,
Even
wait.
with female blacksmith's shitty hammering.
It was cool. I'd give it 4 stars. 4 out of 5. 8 out of 10.
I
8
was
out
gonna...
of 10 or episode 2?
Same.
You said 5 out of 7 earlier. You keep that?
7.
Even with the whole revelation of it's just his showing more of his character.
Yeah, because, I mean, I still think they could have done that while still furthering the plot in different ways.
Alrighty then.
Alan's over here grabbing some penis out of this bowl.
That's everyone's penis. I like to put him in my mouth first.
So Grace.
Get all the salt out.
Phrasing. Grace, what's your score for episode 1 of The Mandalorian?
Episode 1 was bullshit. I fucking hate... No, I'm just kidding. I liked it.
Alright, give it a number. Between 1 and 10.
69.
Alright, 69 out of 10. Alright, what about episode 2 with Baby Yoda?
Baby Yoda. I mean, yeah, of course I liked it. It shows Yoda's little baby powers.
7 Baby Yodas out of 7 Baby Yodas?
Nah, I'd say 8. 8.5.
Alright, 8.5 Baby Yodas out of 10. Because Jar Jar is eating the other half.
Oh my god. I did enjoy them eating that big ass furry egg though.
Yeah.
I had a lot of yolk today. I had some sunny side up eggs. And it's been a while since I had egg yolk.
Mm.
And that was kind of interesting to see.
Alright, I had a revelation.
Get some egg whites for you.
I was at work pushing carts, and I had like an I don't know, epiphany or realization. I don't know what it was, but remember last time we were watching episode 1, and we couldn't decide if it was CG, digital effects, or if it was live action animatronics. And so it's a perfect mixture of organic and digital. And I was at work today. I was thinking about the music because someone was talking about the music, and because usually Star Wars music, John Williams, is done by an organic orchestral,
Right. Yeah.
But the Mandalorian has a little bit of electronic influences.
And it's got a lot of like South American, Central American flute vibes too.
Some flute, some drums.
Well, with the
A
whole
little
idea
bit
of
of-
the Mandalorians being an actual tribe.
Yeah, that
That's
makes
a
sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus, in a lot of Western soundtracks, you got some,
Native
Tribal
American.
music. But I thought it was a nice, I don't know if they meant to do it, maybe they did, but the perfect blend of futuristic electronic with old school tribal acoustics.
Sand music.
Even in the music, they're melding two
Desert music.
they're melding
That's
two
super
things
racist.
together.
It's not.
So you got the aesthetics, you got the sound, you got the plain old Western fantasy, space shit going on, and it's just, I'm all about it. I think it's great.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
And I don't know why we're grading it, Josh. Jeez, you trying to ruin the party.
No, I just thought I thought this was just supposed to be about reviewing the Mandalorian.
Nope.
Telling
About Baby Yoda.
talking about what we liked about it, and overall giving it a score.
I thought this was just a podcast, bro.
Yeah, it's a podcast where we talked about Jar Jar railing a 12-year-old.
Oh!
God, wait, what?
Railing?
There was no we here. There was
I was
only
just
it's
talking about him-
for you and Alan.
You said
I didn't say anything about railing. He's gonna stick his long 2-foot tongue in her little tight.
No.
no.
No
No.
railing. No railing going on. No railing.
Her tight.
All I'm saying
Hairdo.
is that any other Gungan doing that would be great. Just not Jar Jar.
Like Boss Nass going down on a little girl.
No,
Oh, you stop with the little
take
girl?
the little girl out. No.
Y'all are gonna get me put on a fucking list.
Yes, Alan. I already hate this.
But the speediest way to the orgasm is through her planet core.
Nice and yodeling that gully.
Pick-a-bongo.
I thought you were gonna do the boss thing.
That was Boss Nass.
Do it, but then do the whole.
Oh, I don't know. I want to do that. It hurts. I wanna
It
get whiplash.
hurts.
It hurts, he says.
It hurts. Don't do it, Yaddle. It hurts.
Oh my god. It's a shame the viewers can't see this.
I wanna see that
He's
porno.
He's got these chipmunk cheeks. They work really, really
Oh
well.
no, man! I'm trying to tighten them up. If I do the Boss Nest, it'll ruin me.
Who plays the Ungnak character?
Nick Nolte.
Hey.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
He's in mini films. Most note,
Mini.
of course, the first thing I always remember him from was oh no, that's someone else. Never mind. I was thinking the father from the Hulk movie with Eric Bana,
What the fuck?
Yeah, no.
but
That's,
that
Oh,
was
that's not him.
that's the another crazy old guy. Nick Nolte is
The
Does he
one with
just-
the crazy
no,
face.
He voices him, but who plays
The
him?
teeth.
oh, I think it's like some girl.
He has the teeth.
I don't think it's. I mean,
he has the teeth.
they take his face. I think they digitally put it in, or they did something. I don't know, man. Look it up.
You saying he's British?
Dude. British teeth.
I want to know who played Jawa number 3 because he had this very familiar run.
You don't have to stick your tongue out.
Maybe I want to.
Just open your mouth. Put the tongue back.
Kyle, you might know this. Were the Jawas force sensitive?
I have no idea.
No, they just like machines.
Because I know the Tuscans weren't. I know they weren't intelligent enough to be force sensitive. But were the Jawas?
I mean, if they're
Are the
intelligent
Jawas
enough
even
to make
organic
these,
matter? Maybe they're just smoke puppies.
if they're actual creatures. It's established. There's living creatures under their robes. I mean, if they're intelligent enough to make those massive ass land crawlers, I mean, why not?
Wait, I just thought of something. I want you to take that whole... Alright, go to Star Wars A New Hope, where Obi-Wan tells Darth Vader, strike me down and I'll only become stronger. And right when Darth Vader swings his lightsaber, I want you to imagine the Jawa just disappearing with his robe just falling to the ground.
Well, only there was no
Did
smoke.
those Jawas become one with the Force?
Oh, fuck. Yes.
I want to see an animated parody where it combines those two scenes.
Well,
Why
I
does
was
it have
gonna-
to be animated? We can make this happen.
We can.
Just throw a bunch of robes in the air and...
Does anybody have any video shopping software?
Nope.
Maybe, no. Well, no.
Nope.
Not really. Not anything good. Well, I mean,
Is that it?
unless you want to talk about McDonald's, you
It
were
was
throwing
McDonald's.
you were throwing some mad shade about McDonald's earlier.
Yes, shade McDonald's. Shade.
He's mad because McDonald's is using the term Mickey D's on their menu.
Everyone uses Mickey D's.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. It's something we do. They're not allowed to use it.
I agree with you.
Alright, they can be in
All right,
on
discuss.
the
I
joke.
gotta piss.
Mickey D's is a meta name that the customers have for it, and because it's a meta name, the company should not refer to themselves as that in any formal manner.
That just shows how in tune they are with their customers. It's like Walmart calling themselves Wally,
Yeah, in
I would
tune,
hate that if
quote,
they
unquote.
started doing that.
but everyone
If they,
calls Walmart.
yeah, everyone
Wally.
else does it, but it's like your parent trying to say a meme.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, everyone else is
It's
sharing the
cringe.
meme.
It's
Everyone
cringe.
else is doing the Fortnite dance. But now that specific person is doing it, it kills the
Well,
joke.
you can get even deeper. When my cousin was little, she used to call McDonald's Papanos. So,
Why?
I don't know, she was a little kid. So they started calling themselves Papanos.
When did that happen?
This was like fucking 1996.
When did they ever call themselves Papanos?
No, I'm saying she would call it Papanos.
Yeah, and I'm
But
pretty
she
sure
couldn't-
if they started calling themselves Papanos, it would have killed it for her. McDonald's calling themselves Mickey D's is the equivalent of your dad doing a Fortnite dance.
Oh, I'm gonna start calling them McDonald's from now on.
McDonald's?
McDonald's. Purposely mispronouncing them.
I always say McDowell's, but that's from the Coming to America movie.
Like, it just angers me for no real reason. I know this shouldn't anger me, but it does. McDonald's should not call themselves Mickey D's.
They should.
Because it was spelled like that. It was Mickey, like Mickey Mouse, and then D. It
Damn,
was
that's
Mickey
even
D's
cooler.
value pack. I didn't like that.
Did you gasp?
I was upset. I actually filmed my reaction
filmed
on Snapchat as I was going on it because I knew it'd be the perfect snap.
This is fucking bullshit. They're not allowed to be on the joke. They're not allowed to call themselves Mickey D's. That's a kid thing. That's what their audience does. They're not allowed to do that. Deal with it. No.
Alright, well, you have to deal with that. I'm
I
sorry.
don't want to deal with it. It's bullshit. They shouldn't fucking do
Welcome
it.
to
Whoever came up with that
2020.
should be tied to horses and pulled apart.
Woo! You've come full circle.
McDonald's is the Maibalzich podcast. I just want to make sure that you do not sue us. We eat you every day. And hurry up and finish the one on the Broadway location opposite the Central Market. I used to eat there every day. You're working on it. You're paving a new driveway. You're giving it some new walls. I hope it looks dope. But hurry up. Hurry up. I'm tired of eating other food. I want McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
McRib season.
Power to the player.
So.
Power to the player.
Have you tried DMT?
Ah,
The what?
no.
Wait, tried the what now?
DMT.
What the fuck is that?
This is turning into a budget Joe Rogan podcast.
What the fuck is the DMT?
DMT, it's a tryptamine. It's the businessman's drug, quote unquote.
What?
It's like It's kind of like mushrooms, but a lot more intense, and it lasts like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe shorter.
I've never done mushrooms before in my life.
Oh, mushrooms are fun. Fuck acid, but mushrooms fun.
So what's DMT?
It is the chemical that your brain generates to create dreams, or not generates. Your brain creates it to generate dreams. There we go. And yeah, it can be.
So
found
DMT stands for dreams making thing.
No, it's like I don't know, something tryptophan, I don't know.
And are you
Something
saying this
tryptophan.
DMT is inside the McRib?
No! What? No!
Is that what makes it so good?
No, this
Is this why when Homer Simpson bites into it, his eyes go big?
Yes.
Okay, now we're tapping into some shit that I wasn't even trying to get into. That's the conspiracy there.
It is. I'm trying to see how long this has been going, but where's the timer?
It's right there. Hour and 45 minutes.
Oh, alright, that's not nearly as long as I thought it's been.
That's what she said.
Hey.
That is what she said. And you know what? She said it was thoroughly perfect for anal.
I worry.
Oh, man.
Right? There you go, there's the upside, sir.
Yeah.
This episode's off the rails.
Is it ever on the rails?
We ran out of Mandalorian.
The only thing
content.
on the rails is Jar Jar's current 12-year-old.
Alright, well, on that note, we learned.
That's right, I brought it back around!
We brought it back around. We learned
Circle.
a valuable lesson. Jar Jar is into 12-year-old girls or boys.
He has no real preference. He likes to mix it up every now
He
and
can't.
then.
I'm pretty sure he thought Annie was a girl the whole time.
At one point during the night, he'll bring some sort of living blob into the room.
Oof.
He'll bring a hut.
Yeah, Jar Jar doesn't discriminate. He loves everything. That's what makes him a great character.
One night it'll be a Twi'lek, the other night it'll be a hut, the other night it'll be whatever that fucking... What was he? The guy from Tatooine? Annie's original owner?
Oh, hell if I remember.
Watto?
Yeah, what was Watto?
He's a Toydarian.
Yeah, one night Jar Jar will have a Toydarian. They love their toys.
I'm a Toydarian. Mind tricks don't work on me. Only money.
Yeah, the Jewish caricature.
No one else is going to have a T-14 hyperdrive generator, I'll tell you that much. Fuck off. And he flaps
Alan.
off.
What does he sound like during sex?
Alright, put Annie to sleep, Shmi. Now it's just you and me. Because you know he had sex with Shmi Skywalker. That's horrible to think about. And it's even more horrible to think that that Tusken Raider camp tied her up to that poor little post and had their way with her. I'm glad Anakin killed them all, even the women and children. They deserved it. That's right.
Not just the Sandman.
It's the Maibalzich podcast. I just want to let you all know they all deserved it. They're animals and they died like animals.
But Watto, maybe Watto. No,
I don't like sand. It's hard. Rough.
no, dude. What happened to
It
that?
gets all over my mother.
Remember in episode 2 when Watto tells Anakin he sold her to some other dude, and it was the guy in the wheelchair. I think it was Uncle Owen's father, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
And he's like, "Oh, I haven't seen her in a while. She got stolen."
It was Uncle Owen's father, and that made Anakin Owen's brother-in-law.
Yeah, maybe.
Or stepbrother, whatever.
What's that guy's name?
Hey, stepbro, what are you doing?
Was it Lars?
Well, wait.
Yeah, no, I think his name was Lars.
Oh yeah, because it's Lars Homestead. But no, it was Owen Lars.
Yeah.
So that's the last
what it
name.
was.
Owen Lars,
Well, when
more
did
like
the Skywalker
Owen
name
Wilson.
come in?
Skywalker came from Shmi because her name was Skywalker somehow, and then she got it from who knows who.
I call him Skywalker because the sky walked all up at this pussy.
Oh God, come on!
The Force made him. The Force made me do
How many-
all sorts of things that night.
I am one with the Force. The Force is with me. I am one with the Force. The Force is with me.
Oh man, Donnie Yen.
Trust me, you'll be more than one with the Force tonight.
Oh man, how many PLAs do I have to fucking give?
This is the Maibalzich podcast.
Nah, that's all I gotta say. But you know what?
It's going on 2 hours. What do you say we
We're gonna wrap it up. I think we covered all the bases.
and a lot more than just the bases.
It's. I would love to go another hour. I really would, but it's 2 in the morning, and I work early tomorrow.
Hey, I've been up since 5.
He's been up since 5.
Fuck.
So we'll do more of these. We'll do more.
Yeah.
No,
So to all of the
I'm thinking of
ball-witchers out there,
oh no! Don't call him
stay
that.
itchy. This has been the My
No,
Ballsitch
don't
podcast.
sign off my
And I
podcast, you
hope
son of
you're
a bitch.
Ballsitch tonight too.
Thank you for having us on as
Don't
guests
start-
tonight, Alan.
Yeah, Alan, thanks for
Very
having us
gracious
on
of
the
you.
My Ballsitch podcast. This has been a rousing ball scratching tonight.
Oh no! Don't focus on the ball scratching. It's another word. It doesn't even mean It doesn't even mean balls in
It's
itching.
Maibalzich, man. It's a Jewish name. It's a traditional Jewish name.
It's Maibalzich.
But Alan,
I'm not calling them ball itchers, all right?
my
Hey,
balls
you can trace that
too.
shit back to Jerusalem, alright? That's
Some
Legit
Jerusalem
name.
shit. You can
No,
even.
yeah, you're right. They're not the ball itchers. They're the ball scratchers.
Oh man,
I.
you guys, if you don't have balls, you're still welcome into this kingdom.
Whether you have them or not, you are a ball
Oh, this is a
scratcher.
mistake.
It's not your Balzich. It's Maibalzich.
It's our.
It's not my balls. It's our balls itch.
I
I
got
got balls itch.
my cursor over the stop
Alan
button.
doesn't like it that I call his listeners ball scratchers.
What? That makes
But
perfect
it's called
sense.
the My Balls It's podcast, so you end it by saying, "You have a good night, all you ball scratchers. This has been the My Balls It's podcast.
Anyways.
Stay weird, fam."
I want to do a new theme song. Hopefully next time we'll do a new theme song. We'll have other stuff to talk about.
I like the theme song that we just saw with the One Piece.
Maybe we'll
They were
do
trying
a.
to impress that
Oh, that's a
one
good
woman.
song.
I like that one with the bass line. Boom.
Yeah, it'll probably be on episode 3 by the time we come back, and
Episode 3 next week with episode 3 of The Mandalorian.
you need to stop signing off on my show. You're not an official
You're not an official Hoobastank. You need a Hoobaloo
I'm
yourself.
not-
Hooba Stank.
We're not very gracious guests.
That's-
I'm sorry.
That's the name of
I'm
my-
not an official ball itcher on the My Balls It.
No.
Are my balls not allowed to itch?
We're Hooba Stanks.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's a Hoobastank, man. Come on.
Thanks for joining us, you Hooba Stanks.
Yeah, quit Hoobastanking.
So long, farewell.
Keep scratching them balls.
Don't forget to subscribe to Disney Plus.
No.
Your first week is free. It's only $6.99 per month. Call now.
You sell out.
It has all your favorite
Bootlegger.
movies. You learn all the Disney songs. Did you grow up and your parents never showed you Disney? Well, now's your chance to watch all the movies and you could relate to all the girls and boys at
Stop
school.
shelling out,
You
you
can have that
whore.
nostalgia experience with the rest of us.
Yes. You don't know what Snow White is and why she slept with 7 dwarves? You always wanted to get to the bottom of that mystery? You can watch it now.
You want to pretend to have a white childhood? Now you can pretend to have a white
The
childhood.
whitest childhood. And, not a lot of Mexicans watched it too. You never know.
A lot of everyone watched it.
Yeah, everyone watched it. You big racist Kyle.
Shut the fuck up.
With your swastika on your sweater.
Your balls aren't allowed to itch anymore.
What?
You're cancelled.
You don't determine what itches on balls. You're just a guest.
Yeah, I'm a guest with itchy balls.
Why am I still recording?
Anyways. Have a good night.
Good night.
Keep scratching.